Okay, I wanted to show you a few structures on our respiratory model. We have really great models, but obviously it's much harder to look at just pictures of these and understand what everything is. So this entire piece right here, which I will remove in a minute, this whole structure is the larynx. And there are quite a few parts to the larynx. The main ones that I'm gonna ask you to know, this blue piece that kind of looks like a butterfly is going to be the thyroid cartilage. We also have the thyroid gland, which you can see they have half of it removed on this model, but it wraps around the side. So this entire yellow part is going to be the thyroid gland. And we'll remove this, but then you can already see letter C right here on the model is going to be the trachea. So the trachea, is all of these C-shaped cartilage rings that extend down into the thoracic cavity. I'm going to remove the larynx really quick so we can look at a few of these structures. Okay, so I have removed the larynx here just so I could show you the epiglottis right here. And then you can see, your vocal folds, most of the stuff you don't need to know. So if we put it back together, it would look like this. So that's the epiglottis right there. This piece, this bony looking piece, we have a couple of number 1s on this model. So I just wanted to clarify. Bone up here is actually the hyoid bone. I'm going to remove the other lobe of our lung here, so you can see on the inside we have the heart, and you can see the superior vena cava, the aorta coming off. This is the pulmonary trunk, which will become the pulmonary artery, right? Because artery is always away, and the pulmonary veins and arteries are weird because they're flipped from oxygenated and deoxygenated from what the rest of the arteries and veins in the body are. So pulmonary trunk extends to the pulmonary veins. Sorry, the pulmonary trunk goes into the pulmonary arteries, so that's going to be number 8. And then number 24, which you can hardly see tucked way back in here, that is going to be the pulmonary veins. So most veins carry deoxygenated blood, but the pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood, of course, because they're coming back from the lungs where they've just picked up oxygen. And you can see all of these pulmonary veins on the back of the heart here. And if we actually open up the heart, so you can see the pulmonary veins, these red ones on the back here. And if we actually look on the inside, we can see, let me see if I can get this turned so we can see it. So you can see those 2 little red dots on that side, and then 2 little red dots on the other side. So all of those pulmonary arteries are emptying into this left atria. So it's hard to tell where they go when you have just an outside picture of the heart. So I wanted to show you that. And then if we look at the inside of this respiratory tract now, we said that this is the trachea. And the trachea actually extends all the way down through here, just covered up by these vessels in the back. Number 1 right here is going to be the last cartilage of the trachea before we split into the bronchioles. So that's the carina right there, the lowest part of the trachea. We have the primary bronchus right here, number 2. That's where that one starts on this right-hand side. On the left-hand side, it's not labeled, but it would be this whole long stretch right here. It's going to be the primary bronchus, primary bronchus, which splits into the secondary bronchus, which is number 3 right here, 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 here. So those would all be secondary. So primary is just after it splits off the trachea. Secondary is after it splits off of the primary. So second time it splits, you have the secondary bronchus. First time you split, you have the primary bronchus. And everything above that is going to be the trachea.